Hello everyone! So this is a follow-up to my last video about 2.2. If you haven't seen it yet, then how the fuck did you get here? Also a link is in the description if you want to watch it. Okay, let's go. Anyway, I got a lot of comments on my last video just like I expected, but a lot more of them were people agreeing with me than I expected. I thought that I'd get a lot of people arguing why I was wrong, but apparently not. There were a fair amount of people in there with arguments against my point of view and arguments with my point of view, and I'll now go through some of them. The main argument against my points were that this feature is optional, which, to be fair, is a good point. You don't have to use it and you don't have to play levels with it. But this feature will still affect other game levels in a possibly negative way. I forgot to specify this in the last video, but the reason controls would also hurt other game levels is how easy they are to use. RobTop stated that they are simply a feature that you can toggle on for the whole level like 2-player mode, so we will most likely see an influx in new generation other game levels using this feature. But it will also cause a lot of saturation and turn other game levels into more of a generic thing. There will be so many older game levels that look the same that only a few will be remembered anymore. But otherwise this point is completely valid, I guess. Next argument we're going to cover is one that supports my claim that the control mechanics are bad. GD's one-touch control mechanic. One of the main reasons GD is a cool game is because you don't have to master any complex button combinations or anything, it's just one button. One of GD's loading screen text even is just one button required to crash, because that's what it has always been. The coolest thing is that GD's concept is so simple yet it can produce so much variety. The simplicity of GD's one-touch mechanic also makes it incredibly portable. You can technically put GD into basically anything just as long as it has a single input. But this new control feature does not follow that pre-established rule of one-touch mechanics that made GD famous. It's kind of like if you were playing Portal and suddenly you had to do a math puzzle using a joystick. I mean, it's still a puzzle game, but just not the type of puzzle game that makes Portal unique. Also, the way the control mechanic is designed is kinda stupid with all the buttons in one tiny corner, so it will probably be really bad to play with them on a small phone. Someone also pointed out that you can make the control mechanic sync by making it so that you will die if you wait too long. But if you are going to restrict free movement to force people to move in a certain way, then that really just negates the need for free movement. You can just make it like GD is right now and that works perfectly true and probably even better. The next argument that I saw a few times is that people say the same thing about move triggers and custom music and rotation. Well, yes, there will always be backlash from someone towards any feature RobTop adds, but movement wasn't so game altering like this. Movement still went along with GD's core principle of touch to the beat of the music and beat the level in one try. It just expanded it to a new level and so did custom music and everything else that has come before. But the control feature, like I've stated multiple times, is not just like a new game mode, it is something completely different as it changes fundamentally what GD is. It might as well be a new game, to be honest. If it's an option in the editor that you can just toggle in just like 2-player mode, then that does not do it justice, because while 2-player mode breaks the one input formula too, although on a smaller scale, the control mechanic changes the level completely. It's not something that you realize would be nice to have when you have built half your levels, so you toggle it on like you can do with 2-player mode. It should straight up be classified as a new level type. Like when you click create new level, it asks, do you want this to be like GD or Mario? Because you need to decide it at the start of the level which mod you will be using. It has been confirmed by RobTop that you can switch between normal GD and Mario GD mid-level, so honestly if this feature comes up as a new type of levels, I guess I'll be fine with it, though I'll still say that it would be better off as its own GD spin-off game. Finally, there's the point that we don't actually know if this is coming in 2.2. And that's true, I was making assumptions that this would be a feature that comes out in 2.2. Maybe this is something that comes out in 2.3 or 2.4 or a new spin-off game, or maybe this is just a mechanic RobTop was trying out, I don't know. But that does not change the fact that if it comes out in any update to Vanilla GD, it will completely revolutionize the game and possibly not in a positive way. RobTop seems to right now be making 2.2 a bunch of unfinished ideas, which just makes it a whole big pile of a mess. I might make a video about how to turn 2.2 into a better update that's actually great and does a lot of good to the game, but we'll see if I do that. Anyway, thanks for watching.